How's it going?
Good.
Tarran, Beasley.
Nice to meet you, Tarran. Take a seat.
Good to meet you guys.
As you know, this is global marketing. So before we move on with anything, I just want to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
So first things first, can you just tell me a little about yourself?
My name is Tarran Beasley. I'm a senior at Mount Mercy University. I'm a business management major.
And explain, why should we hire you?
For me, I'm an easygoing guy. I think I'll do well. Here. Like I said, I work well with others, and I think I do a pretty good job. And I think I'll get things done that need to be done.
Okay. And then we're gonna ask your strengths and weaknesses. First, go ahead and list some strengths you have when it comes to.
Like I said, I'm pretty easygoing. I think I can communicate pretty well with others. I do work well with other people, so working as a team, or if I have to get things done by myself, I can also do that too.
Okay. And then your weaknesses?
Sometimes I think that I'm a little bit of a procrastinator, and I put things off a little bit, but on that, when I say that, I still get it done, and I still get the job done.
Okay. So with that said, is there a type of work environment you prefer, and if so, what environment is that?
I do like a little laid back, not so strict, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like a constant, in your face, constantly trying to tell you to get something done. I'm not saying that I won't do it on time or that it won't get done early. I just, constantly having somebody constantly tell you.
Okay, good. And go ahead and tell me, what do you think your greatest professional achievement has been leading up to today?
As of right now, I think graduating. It's been a long road, definitely. Seems like it's been forever since I began, but I think that'll be a really big step forward for me.
Okay, good. And that right there sounds like a challenge you've kind of faced throughout your life. So the next question I want to ask you is, explain to me a challenge or conflict that you've dealt with in the workforce at any job you've had, and how you dealt with it.
Not particularly in the workforce. Most of the jobs I had were pretty simple and generic jobs. But as far as school goes, I struggled early. There was some stuff that I didn't quite do very well in classes, and I didn't, like English was a big thing for me, like writing and papers. But as I, progressed and started going through college, I started turning those C papers into B papers, So I think that was a big thing for me, and I think that was a overall challenge that took a little while, but it showed that I was able to do it and achieve it.
Okay. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
For me personally, I want to be a sports agent. I like sports. I love sports. I grew up around sports. My mom played sports. My dad played sports. It's something that's just been a big part of my life, so I want to stay with it. I want to be near athletes, around athletes, and I would like to, somehow stay a part of the game, even though I'm not playing the game anymore.
Very good. And then, go ahead. This is a bit of a more laid-back question. What's your dream job? And that could be anything.
Dream job, if we're taking it back to the elementary school days, I want to be a professional baseball player, but like you said, that's not in the cards for everybody. Sometimes it just doesn't ever work out. But that was always a big thing for me. But as of right now, I would say a more realistic goal, I think, would be, working either being a sports management and working with players, or even somehow being sports marketing, working with, a top company, trying to sell product, or, I think that would just be a good thing for me.
Good. And tell me exactly, what do you think, what's your management style?
My management style is pretty basic. It's basically just get the job done, you know what I mean? I'm not going to hassle you about it. I will remind you, because sometimes people just need to be reminded to make sure that they're on task. I'm not going to hassle you. as long as you're getting the job done when it needs to get done, that for me is, pretty good. I just don't want, to be any distractions to other people. I just want you to be able to get your stuff done, let them get their stuff done, and everything else in between will work itself out.
And with that said, how would you think your boss and or coworkers would describe you?
I think most of them would describe me, like I said, as easygoing. I like to joke, laugh, have a good time. I like being. One of the things I've always heard is, things get done faster if you're more relaxed. You know what I mean? If you're tense and doing things that way, you're so focused on it, sometimes you'll make more errors. But if you're relaxed and you're going about it the right way, things will get done quicker.
Okay, good. It sounds like with a lot of these questions, you're displaying a lot of leadership. So with that said as well, go ahead and tell me a time that you showed leadership, whether that was working or in school or anything like that.
For me, the times of leadership would have to be in, I would think, group projects. I've done a lot. I've been to school for a while. I've been in school for a while, so I've done a lot of group projects. Just throwing my ideas out there and making sure that I listen to everybody else's and making sure that I take in all their information, but somehow still put my spin on it and my structure on it. Because I think working together as a group, that is a big thing, is that you're able to take a piece of everything, put it together, and make it work. I think as a leader, that's the most important trait.
Very good. And in this company, things tend to get stressful from time to time, just like any company. So what I'd like to know is, how do you personally deal with that pressure, or how would you deal with a stressful event, if a stressful event occurred?
I think that everybody deals with, like you said, pressure differently. Some people handle it better than others. Me personally, I like to, like I said, stay relaxed. Think about things in a bigger picture, in a bigger light. There's obviously bigger things going on in the world than what, some of us go through. But I would like to say that if you have your things in perspective and you just take everything one step at a time and give yourself room to grow and room to succeed, I think that if you do that, then the pressure will slowly subside.
That's very true. And only two more questions here. Mostly laid back questions, just like to get to know you a little more. What do you like to do outside of work? What are your hobbies?
Outside of work, I really just like to relax. Whether it's just hanging out at the house, hanging out with people, hanging out with the family. That's really big for me. Family is a big part of my life and always has been. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy hanging out with my friends, going out, having a good time, still trying to be social. I feel like if you stay in too much, there's that thing of losing connection with other people.
Okay, good. And last question, I ask all my interviewees this question. If you're an animal, which one would you want to be and why?
It's a tough one. I'll take some time for this one. Probably. I would have to say, for me personally, it would be a wolf, but not in the sense of just one of the pack. I would like to be like an alpha wolf, just because they're seen as the strongest. They're seen as the leaders. They take care of their own, and that's how I would like to go about it. And that's what I would like to do if I was working in a management position or a higher up. I would like to take care of my own, make sure that the people that are working under me are treated well and treated right, and just like I said, just make sure that everything that I'm doing will benefit them, and with my family as well.
Very good. That's it. Any questions you have for me?
No, I'm just hoping to get a call from you guys here soon.
All right. Well, we'll call you shortly. Thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you.